Is now to speak after His grace's consoling words to all of us. But out of obedience and out of many attempts to refuse this obligation, I submit myself out of obedience to His grace and to the family who asked me to say a word this morning on behalf of our beloved family member, Armanyos. First, on behalf of his mother, Ella, his father, Fifi, his sister, Mira, his grandmother, Natahed, and the late Uncle Afifi, his uncle, Neri Gorgi, his uncle, Meg Gorgi, and all of us who are his cousins and aunts and uncles, and many of the friends and the family that are gathered here. On behalf of His grace and the fathers that are here, I also extend my condolences and ask that the Father of all comforts would console all of our hearts on this day and to continue to give us the strength to rejoice in the beautiful life that we remember in Mark. I want us to use Mark, if I have the absolution to do so, as an example for us of the spiritual life. His grace mentioned that the spiritual life is a paradox. A paradox is something that seems to contradict itself. Our Lord Jesus Christ, He came to show us that life is in death, that joy is in sorrow, that glory is in suffering, that something to be remembered in a very usual and typical way. Because Mark's life was marked by both many beautiful and wonderful things, and Mark's life was also marked by many difficulties and struggles and falls and weaknesses. And we cannot speak about Mark unless we honestly look at both of them and see them in our own life as well. St. Paul in his epistle to the Philippians says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, and anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think about these things." So Mark's life also is marked by a life of blessedness, a life of goodness. It's very easy for me, if I want to stand here today and say to you how Mark was a kind person, how Mark was a happy person at times, how Mark was a wonderful friend, how his smile lightened up a room. But unfortunately, these things are sometimes just human things. They are human virtues. But as I was reflecting this week on the passing of Mark, my mind kept going to something deeper. Mark's struggle was a spiritual struggle. Mark's virtues were spiritual virtues. They weren't just human virtues. And I kept thinking about the Beatitudes that our Lord gave us in the Sermon on the Mount. You know, in the Sermon on the Mount, the Lord speaks about a kingdom. A kingdom has a king, and the king reigns forever. And the king wants to bestow on the subjects of the kingdom, the participants of the kingdom, he wants to bestow on them blessings, graces, favors, power, love, glory. And what's amazing about the Beatitudes in the Sermon on the Mount is that he wants to give these blessings specifically to the people who can't find them on their own, who can't achieve them by their own strength. The word blessed itself implies that the one who is blessed receives something. He doesn't earn it. He receives it as a gift. It's almost unlike most of the other things that we read in the scriptures. It's something passive. It's again another paradox in the spiritual life. Because usually in life we think that the blessed ones are the ones who are wealthy, the ones who have good health, the ones who are mentally and psychologically strong, the ones who have overcome addictions and problems in their life, the athletes, the musicians, the stars who reap the praise of the world. These, according to the world, are the blessed ones. But in the kingdom, it's the opposite. In the kingdom, it's those who are persecuted that receive the kingdom and are blessed. And so my mind kept going to a couple of the Beatitudes, and I kept thinking about Mark. And I said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Mark was keenly aware of his poverty. Mark knew his weaknesses. Mark spoke openly about his struggles. Mark begged us for prayers and help with his struggles. The poor are those who stand at the corner and they beg. As soon as you cease to beg, you cease to be poor. As long as you have food and shelter for the day, you cease to be a poor person. But Christ our Lord tells us that those who receive the kingdom are the ones who remain in spiritual poverty. They stand at the corner, God's corner, and they beg Him for grace. They beg Him for power. They beg Him for love and mercy and compassion. And whatever they achieve in life, they don't have any sense that they have obtained or received or accomplished anything, but they remain in the state of a beggar. God honors the beggar. He honors the poor person. He honors the weak. He honors the one who cries out for help and doesn't receive it from men. One of the spiritual fathers says, God never judges twice. God never judges twice. To the extent that we are judged in this life, He doesn't judge us in the next life. To the extent that we condemn ourselves in this life, the more He frees us from condemnation in the next life. And Mark had that spiritual poverty. The Grace was just telling us about how Mark had gone to confession, and I received his confession. And many of the fathers that are here today, they received Mark's confession. And all of us are witnesses to the profound honesty in his confessions. Unlike many of us who go to confession and we kind of sugarcoat our weaknesses, Mark laid everything on the line. He exposed himself without retaining any dignity for himself. It doesn't get much poorer than this. He teaches us how to be poor in spirit. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. The poor, they are also hungry. They live with hunger pains. If you ask somebody who hasn't eaten in a week, or somebody who's gone for 2 days without water, and ask them about the pains that they feel from their hunger and their thirst. And our Lord says the kingdom belongs to those who hunger with pain for the kingdom, who hunger with pain for communion with our Lord Jesus Christ. And Mark wanted nothing more in this life than to be with the Lord. I have so many text messages. He came week after week to confession to dress as a deacon, even though he was very honest with the very deep struggle that he had. Because he was hungry. And he knew that nothing in this life ultimately would satisfy his hunger and his thirst except the Lord, and he hungered for that.
Again, the kingdom doesn't belong to those who achieve. It belongs to those who desire, to who hunger, who make themselves vulnerable for this hunger and this thirst. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You might be surprised that I mentioned persecution, because Mark wasn't persecuted by terrorists, he wasn't persecuted by the police or unjust judges. Mark was persecuted in the same way that St. Paul says all of us are persecuted. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Yes, Mark was persecuted. He was persecuted by invisible forces. He was persecuted by addictions. He was persecuted by his mind that couldn't find rest and was troubled. He was persecuted by pain. But aren't we all? Aren't all of us like Mark, struggling against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age? And to those, the Lord says, blessed are you. To you belongs the kingdom. St. Paul also said, very honestly about himself in Romans 7, about his own mystery of conflict within himself. And I feel that this passage very beautifully captures the struggle that Mark and the conflict within Mark himself. St. Paul says, I do not understand my own actions, for I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing that I hate. So then it is no longer I that do it, but sin which dwells within me. For I know that nothing good dwells within me, that is, in my flesh. I can will what is right, but I cannot do it. For I do not do the good I want, but the evil I do not want is what I do. Now, if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I that do it, but sin which dwells within me. So I find it to be a law, that when I want to do right, evil lies close at hand. For I delight in the law of God in my inmost self, but I see in my members another law at war with the law of my mind, and making me captive to the law of sin which dwells in my members. Wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? But then St. Paul says, thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. I want to tell you a story, and I don't want you to make a literal connection with the story, but I want you to understand the point of struggle within the story. The story is told to us by one of the modern saintly fathers in Greece. His name is Armanyos, who died in the 1990s. And there was a monk on Mount Athos, which is a peninsula in Greece that has an alcoholic. The monk used to get drunk every day, and it caused a great scandal to the pilgrims. This alcoholic monk eventually died, and many who were around him were relieved. They were comforted that this scandal was no longer going to trouble them. And they told Elder Paisius, we are happy because this scandal is no longer going to bother us. And Elder Paisius answered them that he already knew about the death of this monk, and that he saw a battalion of angels carrying his soul to heaven. So some of the people who were telling Elder Paisius, they were surprised. They said, maybe he doesn't know who we're talking about. We're talking about a very bad monk who was an alcoholic and got drunk every day. How can this monk be the one that he saw carried by a battalion of angels? So Elder Paisius explained to them, he said to them, you don't know the story of this man. He said, this monk, when he was a child, was born in Asia Minor, just before the Turks came and fought with the Greeks. And the Turks came and they would kidnap many of the Greek people and forced them into labor. And what would they do with the kids? Well, they didn't want to separate the kids from their parents, but they wanted the kids to not bother the efforts of the work. So what did they do? They used to give the children ouzo, alcohol. And they would make the kids drink the ouzo in order to put them to sleep. So this boy grew up an alcoholic. But he loved God. And they let him in the monastery. And the spiritual father of this monk, he advised him, he says, pray and do prostrations and go to confession and ask that through the intercession of the Mother of God that you might be able every year just to reduce the 19 drinks that you drink by one. And so after 1 year, he was able to reduce the 19 drinks to 18 drinks a day. And after another year, 17. But because of the way his body had become, even when he reduced his drink just to 2 to 3 drinks a day, he was still considered a drunk alcoholic. So he said to the people who were relieved by this monk's death, he said, the world saw an alcoholic monk, but God saw a fighter who struggled to reduce his sins and his passions. I will leave it to you to make the connection in Mark's life. I will leave it to you to understand the importance of the message I want to give us. And I just want to end, I know I took up a lot of time, but I want to end with, I want to give Mark a chance to say something to you today. Because Mark was a poet. He had a very sensitive soul, and he had a way with words. And he even quoted another saint on his Facebook. He says that Christ only wants poetic souls, because poetic souls are sensitive. They understand love and suffering. And Mark was a poet. Facebook statuses over the last year and accumulating some of the very beautiful things that he wanted to say to us. And I will just say them briefly without any comment, and you can meditate them on your own. He says to us, not all who wander are lost. Not all who wander are lost. Quoting Mother Teresa, he says, when you have nothing left but God, you have more than enough to start over again. When you have nothing left but God, you have more than enough to start over again. He also advised us, saying, in his own words, the biggest communication problem is we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. Another one, never ignore a person who loves you, cares about you, and misses you, because then one day you will wake up realizing that you lost the moon while counting the stars. And this one I like very much. He said, there is so much stubborn hope in the human heart. I think this was nicely with Grace. There is so much stubborn hope in the human heart. Another one, every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. Let's make it a great one. The most beautiful kind of people wear their hearts on their sleeves and their souls upon their smiles. I think Mark had one of the most beautiful smiles. Faith is the art of holding on to things your reason once accepted despite your changing moods. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. The mind, a beautiful servant, a dangerous master. And then lastly, even the leaves get stiff when they fall apart from the tree. Thank you. Glory be to God.
Okay. Romanos,